Okay, spring is still my favorite season, but there is something about this time of the year. Like, it's not cold. The mornings are really still. It's usually foggy in the morning. And it's so beautiful. I love it when the colors are starting to change. And it's harvest season. The combine came yesterday. I call this Bob's field. The soybeans are gone. And it's just this big open field that I think the dogs and I can have lots of walks in this winter. But yeah, they just got to pick up the last loads of wagons this morning and bring it away for him. And then I need to switch and start looking at my dahlias this week and figure out which ones I want to keep and which ones I think I don't want anymore and were not worth growing, because they are a lot of work. And yeah, it's unnecessary for me to plant everything if I'm not going to be cutting and selling them. Once market is over, I definitely don't work as hard. And sometimes you might find me just standing in my dahlias because, like, how beautiful are they at this time of year? I don't keep them disbudded. There's just so many blooms and colors, and I think the colors are richer in the fall. But it's so pretty out here this morning. So one of the deciding factors on whether I keep growing a dahlia variety or not is whether I can sell it. So I'm actually, before I get too involved in the rows, I had one more collective order to cut. So I did. We did have two frost warnings last week, and I did come out the one night just really early in the morning, and I turned on my overhead irrigation, and the next night I got up at 2:30. That night looked colder, and there definitely was frost in my field, but it was a pretty light frost. So this side I put the irrigation on, this side I didn't, and both showed no signs of any frost damage. So that's great. There looks like there is tons of blooms out there, but I have stopped deadheading. It makes for some beautiful video and pictures, but a lot of them are past the point where I would think they're worthy of being a cut flower. So it looks great from a distance, but once you get in close, they're not that great anymore. Or they would, if I did cut them, they wouldn't have great vase life. So I did cut a couple buckets. I don't have a ton of orders. But yeah, I do, you can tell, grow a ton of ball varieties. I think ball varieties have the longest vase life on the most part. And I do grow a few like non-ball varieties. So in like this bucket here, I have Ginger Snap, American Dawn, Arabian Night, and Senior's Hope. Anyways, they all have pros and cons to them. Like Ginger Snap, I just love it with the other ball varieties for fall bouquets. But if you their petals at all fold or get bumped against something, they bruise really easily. So I feel like I have to be really careful with it. American Dawn just takes me forever to get good stem length, but the color is great to mix in with your purples and red. Like, it just has a really beautiful color. And then burgundy is usually a pretty popular design. I feel like with Senior's Hope, it takes me a long time to get good stem length on it, but it's such a fun color and nice stiff stems. And then Arabian Night, I don't love. I rarely bring this to market because I don't like the vase life on it, but it puts out long, good, thin stems really early on, and it just puts out a lot of burgundy stems. So I always still grow it, even though I usually walk by it and don't cut it. And then I keep thinking, should I grow it again? Because last year burgundy wasn't very popular. I hardly sold any burgundy stems. And this year it seems to be more popular with the wedding designers. So not a huge collective order this week, but it is something. Even some Lysianthus still, so that's cool. There wasn't a ton of orders. I think the season, not only for us growers, but I think for the wedding designers too, the season does slow down. There's just less weddings, or weddings that need this type of flowers in them. So someone asked me what my favorite dahlias were, and I don't even know what to say. It really is, if I can sell it, then I like it. And I do have a lot of the ball, just because I have a better vase life. And then a lot of the ball varieties I have, like Isabel is that kind of purplish one. I don't even know what the darker one is beside it. And then I have the Cornels. Like, you can't go wrong with the Cornel and Cornel bronze. The tubers on them, they just store really well. It's hard to get them to rot, and they multiply really fast. So I just always have a lot of those tubers, therefore I grow a lot of them, and because they're balls. I have very few dinner plate. I actually I'm down to one variety. I've gotten rid of all the rest. And I have a few plants of the Cafe au lait, because they are so pretty. How can you stop growing them? So yeah, that's it. Everything else is either ball, or I have a few of the like the runners, salmon runner, red runner. I have pink runner, but I am not going to keep growing that. I don't like that one. But yeah, I don't even know half the names of my dahlias. I just know if I like it, I dig it up and I plant it again, and off we go. And I'm always on the lookout for new varieties. I'm pretty picky. If it looks like it will meet all my criteria, I do try them, and then I still usually don't like them. But I am getting kind of bored with the ones I grow. So last year I tried some more out. Actually, the 2 rows behind me, and there's 3 rows that have a mix of stuff in, from ones that I'm trying this year and the ones I've tried the last couple of years. So yeah, just to see if I like it and if I want to try and multiply them. And ideally, if I like a variety, I want a whole 50 foot of it minimum. I don't like having mixed up rows, which is what I have behind me here. I like one full row because I'm not great with labeling them, but then it's really clear this is one variety and it all gets stored together and I know what I'm dealing with. So I don't know if you can tell on the clouds behind me, but the cloud cover is moving off. We're looking at having a clear night tonight and tomorrow, and the temperatures are dropping, so there's another chance of frost. And there's no heroic efforts from Jen. If it freezes, it freezes. The dahlias are done, and I'm okay with that now. But I just want to make sure everything is labeled, and I've decided which ones in here I'm going to keep. So we could talk dahlia varieties all day, but I thought I'd just show you quick some of the new ones I tried this year. There's not that many, but this is the first year I got swallowed up in the description of one and spent, I think it was $18 a tuber. I've never done that before. I usually do not get into the dahlia craziness, but this one sounded really good. I'm trying to find a good one to cut. But I don't like it. So I actually ended up with 1/3 of a row because I took cuttings off of it. So then when you take 3, I brought 3 tubers and you multiply it with cuttings over the winter, I ended up with quite a few tubers for, I think, the $60 that I spent. But it sounded really nice to me. And when at nighttime, when it curls up, it kind of curls inward. It does look really cool, but I thought it was going to be more blush, and it has, and a few of them were last week, but for the most part, most of the season, it had these pinky streaks in it. And I really was looking for a designer dahlia, one that the designers would like. And yeah, this is not something that they want. Okay, this one is not new to most people. I just, again, couldn't cave and spend the money on it. But this is Peaches and Cream. So it's been super popular and super expensive to buy in, like 20 bucks a tuber for the last few years, and I just refused. But it's one that I should have bought in earlier. It produces like nice thin stems, fairly like quickly. A lot of them are dark right now, but usually they're more like peach and cream in the same bloom. They are so pretty. I love them. Some of them come in as all peach for me, some of the tubers, but the bi-colored ones, gorgeous. I don't know if you can really see this. It's gotten quite sunny out now, but this is strawberries and cream. Similar name to peaches and cream, same idea. It's two-toned with more of a strawberry and then a cream color to it. And again, I love it. It's definitely a way smaller bloom than peaches and cream, but for market, it was great. It's not showing its center. It's great thin stems. It was really easy to work with. So it's super cute. I loved it for market bouquets. So I'm definitely keeping this one. Okay, I also tried Lark's Ebb and Rock Run Ashley. I actually don't know what I think. They're okay, but I think I'll try them again next year and then maybe make a decision then. So as you can see, the dahlias are very much alive back there and very colorful. We did have 2 really cold nights and there was frost both mornings. And I can see damage on some of the blooms. Like maybe a quarter of them show some damage, but they're, yeah, the plants are very much alive. So I think next week, I'm not waiting for frost to totally take them out. I'm gonna start chopping down. Like actually, Pauline and I already took down 2 rows. I wanted a row to start. I already got my first tarp of leaves from my son, so I wanted space for that. And I just need to get started on this. This is a huge job to dig up the dahlia tubers. So yeah, that's next week. And look at, I still got some more dahlias today. I don't have any more orders, but I am going to go visit my family. Finally, I haven't visited them, I think, since August, early August. So I've just been so busy. So it's due time to go for a visit. So I thought I'd share some blooms with them when I see them tonight. So yeah. Anyways, that's my week. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, enjoying the beautiful fall weather here. Thanks for hitting the like button and subscribing and sharing my videos with other people. I really appreciate the support and hope to see you again next time.